Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at Alchemy Pay. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below and also in the description you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff here. So now, before we jump into the subwave counting, I just wanted to switch over to another chart quickly and discuss something within the history. So we don't have a lot of price history here for Alchemy Pay. You know, there is a potential we could still look at this potentially as just a three-way move to the upside here. Um, it doesn't have good structure within it in the sense that we can argue it's an impulse because of the way it's moved, but this could just be flat or something, and then actually we look to move down here. Or alternatively, this could just be an A wave, and we could still be within a B wave here and then we look to push up still. But what I want to be talking about here effectively is the fact that this area here is going to be quite a key zone. So I'm going to discuss a few things here. If we throw this fib on the other way around here, onto this high point here, you can see that this 236 is on this zone of consolidation and it's just above where we currently are. So if we do move up to this area, this 6121 area is going to be quite an important area. Also, on top of that, on the weekly, we have the Ichimoku cloud developing and we have a line here sitting at about the 6543. So that would be an interesting zone as well to see how we react on. We could actually find a resistance in this and look to fall off. So this is an important area in my opinion, as well as the zone here. If we throw this the other way around, and I'll get rid of this for now, but we can also see here, if we look at this fib of this move to the downside, effectively this golden pocket area here, this 62856 to this 5613 zone sits right in this little area of consolidation. As well as that, slightly higher up here, we have the 786 sitting at this 98789. But yeah, for sure, this is definitely going to be a interesting zone if we do move up into it. And I do think that we're going to find a rejection off of this. At least even if it's just a temporary one, where we look at this move come up into these zones, we get a rejection, and then we potentially look to break through it. Or alternatively, this whole move could just come into this, and then actually we look to sell off and continue to the downside, where we look at this basically as a bigger ABC pattern here and looking to sell off to the downside. So, we need to just be aware of that. It has been quite a strong upward move here. We haven't had any real big corrective structures within this. But, you know, one to the downside would actually take us towards this 002263 off of that 618 area. So we need to just be a little bit careful of this zone as we move up into it. Okay, so now let's get back into the other count here. Just switch over the chart again. So within the structure, there's a couple of ways of counting this. And within the structure, like I said, we've got to be careful that it's not a just a corrective move. And the way I'm currently looking at it, if you want to count it as an impulse, would be the fact that we have some extensions within this, where this is a 1 2 1 2 1 2 within here. And then effectively now we've completing these subwaves. So if we come down into the smaller time frames, what I'd be looking for here is effectively the possibility of this fourth wave. I don't know why this has gotten so big. Let me just sort that out for a second. There we go. Effectively, what we're looking for is this area to hold as a fourth wave support. If we do hold this zone, then we could look for this possibility to move to the upside here. So there's a couple of ways of counting this. Like I said, you can argue that this fifth wave's completed into here and that we're in this fourth wave, and that would mean that we get one less sequence here. But for the time being, I am keeping it the way that it was, looking at this potentially as a fourth wave in this manner, where we have this as an A, a B, and then we're looking for this as a C or a W, an X, and a Y into the zone. So we have come up into that 236 already. So that's sort of the minimum sort of area I'd be looking for, which would be this 37 cent area. Sorry, 037 area. And then basically from here we got a couple of possibilities. So either this move here we could argue is completed as a, B, and a C to the downside, and then actually we're looking to rally to the upside now, and we're looking to come up here potentially in five wave structure. Something like this would be ideal. and then looking to actually move to target out this 6390 to this 5588 zone. So if we do move up into this zone, it'll be interesting to see how we react. If we do then get an additional sell-off here, I'd be looking to try and find support in the same area as this previous fourth wave. So this would be the zone we'd be looking off of currently, based off of completing into this 5878 area, would be between this 4227 to this 2918 area. So if we do find support again in this zone, potentially we could look for additional structure to the upside here. But if we start to break down below that, then it would become less likely. And effectively, invalidation would come by crossing this wave one high here, just sitting at this 1517. So what we'd want to see basically is like I said, we can move this count around a little bit where this fifth wave is in here. Then we've got this fourth wave playing out now, and then we'd only expect one more wave at that point. And then what we'd be looking for is just obviously not as much extension. We've got to take this one step at a time, though. This one needs to complete first before we can start jumping around and looking at the additional targets. And what we'd be looking for here is the problem with this move is we can argue it's completed here into these lows, and then we'd want to see this start to progress up. However, it is also possible that this could all just be a connector wave in here, and then actually we look to sell off one more time, looking to come down into these lower ranges. So based off of the current structure, we're going to go over the subwave count within this in a second. But based off of the current structure, a one-to-one move down would be this 3123. So if we do actually look to break down here, that would be a zone I'm looking to keep an eye on, as well as this area of this 382, which would be this 3097 zone. Alternatively, if you were to come down deeper, this 2677 would be that 50% zone. So these are some zones we need to keep an eye on if we do move to the downside. And what we'd be looking for, if I just throw it on for a second here, I'm going to actually remove this, is the possibility that we have all of this move here as an A, and then effectively we're making this B wave to the upside. So the way I'm currently looking at it, if I come down into 1 hour time frame, is probably, there we go. I'm currently looking at this as an A wave, this is a B, and then the potential that we're making a 5 wave move here. So the support zone for this area would be this 4146 to this 4009 area. And we are holding this. As long as we hold this and we don't cross this wave one high, which is sitting here at this 3974, we can look for this possibility to still get another push to the upside. So this fourth wave could be smaller, and within this, potentially a triangle or something like that. But I'd still be looking for this push up towards this 4396 to this 4318 area. If we do push up into there, what we then have to see is how we react. If we do maintain above this red line, which is this 3726, what we could then look for is the potential that we have something like this is a 1212, and then we look to push to the upside. But that would be as long as we'd have to hold this red line, this 3726. So within this, basically, we're looking for this fifth. Once this fifth wave completes, we need to be careful because, like I said, we could be forming a B wave here where this just becomes an A, B, and a C. So if we break down past this 3726 and then we actually look to take these lows here, then what I would be looking for is that continuation to the downside and potentially looking to come down to that area. I'll just come onto this high point down into there. If we go into that fifth wave box, 1-to-1 would be that 3246 area. So, this is oh, that's not quite on the top there. So 3192, sorry, it wasn't quite on the top. So this 3192 will be an interesting zone if we do look to push down one more time. And that could then look for having this as a bigger fourth wave correction. Like I said, however, we can potentially say that it has completed into this low. So how would we get to that higher target? So it's much the same idea within this white count. We'd still be looking for this fifth wave to the upside. And what I would want to see here is basically to see this play out into this 44.29 to this 43.29 zone. That's based off of this 382 retracement. And what we'd be looking for is effectively coming up here for this move. Then what we'd want to see, in my opinion, unless we get extension in here and we move directly up past this line of this 4523, if we do move directly up past this, then we can just count this as a 1, 2, and then potentially we're in the third wave like this. But it would make more sense if we do get this additional 1, 2 in here. And this is what I'm looking out for. If we do just form this 5-wave structure here, we push up into this zone, and then after that we get a rejection, and we actually start to break down deeper here. This will be a key area, this 4038 to this 3856. If we do manage to find support in this zone, what we'd be looking for then is basically confirmation by seeing some 5-wave structure play out in a 5-wave move within this 3-wave move decline, and then we'd want to see this start to push to the upside. So this would be the ideal way I'd like to see it play out, but sometimes we don't get that. Like I said, this could also just directly go up here. There's nothing really indicating it within the count, but sometimes these can just extend in the waves, and they're just not apparent yet until they've actually formed. But like I said, the most probable one to me is, if we're looking for that bullish count, would be looking for this as a 1, 2, then actually looking for this third wave to play out into this zone of this 5, 1, 2, 9. If it does play out like this, and we do get this bigger move up here, then we'd be looking for this fourth and this fifth, and then from there, we'd have to count this additional 1, 2, and then we'd be looking for an additional fourth up here. So these are all things that can play out. We've got to take it level by level. Basically, I want to see this get into the zone, and then we want to see how it reacts. If it retraces in 3 waves, we find support in this area here of this 4038 to this 3856, then we can look for that bullish potential and that push to the upside. However, if this starts to break down past this 786, which is this 0385 area, it starts to become less likely that we have an impulse. Crossing this low point here of 3726 would invalidate this yellow count that we have up here, and then basically dropping below this low here of 3612 would invalidate the potential of this whole impulse, and everything would sort of break down at that point. And then we'd have to just say that this was an A, a B, and then looking for that C wave to the downside. So that's what I'm currently seeing within the charts. There is still that potential to rally here, but it's going to be key whether we manage to hold above these zones and hold these key areas. If we do start to break down here, like I said, at the moment all we have is a 3-wave move here. Even if this 5-wave move completes up into this zone of this 4423, it's just a 3-wave move at the moment. And these are corrective, so until it actually proves itself otherwise, this would indicate to me that we could still see some continuation to the downside like this. So keep an eye on that. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find links to Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, in the description you'll find affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis for our trades. Check them out. If you don't have an account with them already, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.